is up, YouTube family, YouTube gang? Today we're going part 1 of What If Naruto was a guru. So let's just get straight into this What If. Let's not waste any time. Let's go. So we basically see this is not mine, I forgot to mention that. This is actually from Custody. He's a What If YouTuber. I haven't watched any of his videos in a little bit now, but I just thought about this. Enough with the explaining. He edited this. He did everything, but I edited a little bit of it. I gave him some hair. You see? So let's just get into this. What if? So we see a young Naruto as he's in an alleyway. He's cornered up by a couple of guys as they say, "We're gonna kill you, Nine Tails brat." And as they then go rushing in at Naruto, all of a sudden a swirly thing then wraps around Naruto's body and then says, "Come on, punch!" And Naruto goes in for the punch. As he punches one of the guys in the gut, he punches the leader in the gut as he then goes falling back to the ground. Then his other two henchmen say, "Oh, you're dead, kid," as they then go take out the knives and they then go to slash at Naruto. But Naruto dodges easily and grabs both of them by the throat and chokeslams them right in the grass. So the Guru then explains everything to Naruto, and Naruto is full up to examples. One day, Naruto is told about the scroll of sealing from Mizuki. Overhears about the scroll of sealing from Mizuki. He then says, "Come on, Guru." As he then summons a part of the Guru around his finger, he then says, "Hey, you have a mission. Go get the scroll of sealing." As the Guru then slips off of his finger and shovels into the ground. Naruto, as he's running away, he says, So what are we going to do, Guru? What are we going to do, Guru? Gurama? I really don't know. Come on, Gurama, you have to give me some better ideas than that. We could probably try to chunks that beast that's in you. Again? Okay. The last time he was sleeping, so I don't think he could sense us. Or he's not sleeping right now. Come on. As the Guru and Naruto then go into Naruto's conscience, they ask the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails says, "Who are you? I've been sensing you in this kid's body for a long time." But me and the Guru are basically combined. So I can almost regenerate from almost anything. I can learn jutsu fast, and if I wrap my Guru around a person, it can then do jutsu. As he then tells Naruto to come here. Naruto walks up, but then he's sensing some bad intent from Kurama. As Kurama then throws out his claw to get Naruto, but then Naruto jumps back as he throws a couple of kunai at Kurama. These kunai then go at Kurama's face, which they then explode. Kurama then yells, "That can't do anything to me, kid." I expected that. So that's why I put a little bit of the Guru on you. Now, as Naruto then claps his hand, he then says, "Explicit explosion!" Which actually, this sends Kurama back. The Guru then comes back to Naruto. As Naruto says, "Okay, when you want to talk, you can talk. But for right now, you're gonna be locked up in this cage." As Naruto then walks away, Kurama says, "Not for long." As it's now time for the exams. Naruto says, "So, what do you think? Think we can ace this?" "Yeah, as long as we beat that Sasuke kid." we should be able to beat him in speed, strength, and agility. That's all? Hey, you've been slacking off on your training for the past 2 months. I should be the one who's yelling at you. Don't yell at me. Okay, Gudama. Okay, Gudama. Now let's go. As Naruto then goes running, like under his pants, the Guruguru then surrounds his legs. It wraps around his legs. Then Naruto has his entire speed boost, and then he then blitzes to the finish line. As he has a ginormous smirk on his face, he says, "Try to beat that, Sasuke." As the girls as let's say there are about 10 girls in the class. The girls then say, "Sasuke could have easily beat." Seven of the girls then say, "Sasuke could have beaten you easily." As the other three, aka Hinata, Ino, and some random, then says, "You go, Naruto." As now it's time for the strength. In the strength, they're going to be tested to see if they can move a chakra-infused boulder. Naruto says, "We can get this down easily," as he then cracks his knuckles. He puts his hand on the boulder as he's starting to push it. But even though he's using his chakra, it's not moving. He then says, "A little help, Gurama," in his head. And Gurama starts to help Naruto push the boulder. They then push the boulder over the cliff. And then the winner is then Naruto again. And the 7 girls then say again, "Sasuke could have easily beaten Naruto. It's because he tripped." And the other 3 said, "Cut the crap." Now it's time for the chakra apprehension test. So this test is basically how many times you can use your most powerful jutsu. Sasuke's is going to be the fireball jutsu, as Naruto's is going to be the earth the earth force jutsu. Naruto then puts his hands on the ground. No, so they already know that he knows how to use wood style. Everybody's done shrugged it off already. As he then says, "Wood style, deep force emergence." He learned this from the scroll ceiling. As then, all of a sudden, ginormous trees, logs, and come out of the ground as they fly in the sky. Then he does it again and again and again and again, and he then creates life and creation as animals then start to come at that part. What's his name? Oh my gosh. Iruka then says, "Thanks, Naruto. That was actually where a battle was a couple of days ago with that shonen shinobi, and I guess you just gave that place life again?" "Yep. All I have to do is try and get a water force," as Naruto then claps his hands together as he says, "Water style, fluid water dragon." And then water then starts to come out of the spring this is gonna just keep coming out of the spring, Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Naruto then says, "Now, tip your finger inside the water. See how it tastes." As they can all do this, and when they taste the water, it's like, that Killua effect? He has that little Killua effect. As when they touch the water, they say, "Ooh, sweet. Can I have some more?" "No, you can't have any more." Why? The reason why you can't have any more water is because this water is running on a steady flow stream, and some and 75% of the water comes from the water stream down deep in the down at the forest or at the training grounds. And we need, that water where Naruto got hidden, that's where the water's coming from, and it's infused with a little bit of chakra, and it's coming through a rock. And it needs to go through that way since that pond holds a lot of water. And it's starting to overflow. People are starting to get afraid, so I thought that I'd just make another appliance. What? Never mind. As it's now time for the sparring test. This is my favorite part. Naruto looks at Sasuke as he says, I'm gonna kick your suh. And Sasuke says, I want to see you try. Naruto! Naruto then goes rushing. Sasuke then goes rushing at Naruto. Naruto then closes his eyes as he then says, now, wood style. As he then wraps himself in his guru cloak. As he then says, guru cloak. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Hey, you know who that is? Okay, so where is it? Must have deleted it. I guess we're gonna have to use this video as Naruto as this Sasuke then slows down a little bit, but then all of a sudden Naruto says, that was your mistake, as his guru hands then come off of his hand, like they then go into like a weird shape form where they then turn up and you can see his hand. And then he then says, guru fast, as then all of a sudden his the guru from his arm then comes down to his fist as it then gets bigger, and Naruto then punches Sasuke in the face, which sends Sasuke flying almost out of the arena. But then Sasuke says perfect, as he got a string onto Naruto's hand, as he then brings Naruto close to him, as he then drags Naruto over to him, and then he throws a couple of kicks, but Naruto can sense this because of his guru, and then he says, that's not gonna work on me, Sasuke. And then all of a sudden, the Nine Tails starts to pour in his chakra into the guru, and then Sasuke gets one clean hit on Naruto. But this doesn't even budge Naruto. Naruto said, usually I'd be able to feel the vibration. I didn't feel anything. So this is the power of the Nine Tails. This is awesome! As he then goes to Sasuke and he keeps punching him in the gut. And then he kicks Sasuke in his chin, and Sasuke then goes flying in the air and falls out of the arena. Some of the fan base, then there's now only 5 Sasuke fans, so 5 Naruto and 5 Sasuke fans, as they're now with Naruto and they're cheering, and Kiba then says, what a show off. Well, that is our friend Naruto. He does protect us. And Choji says, and he always gets me extra fruits so I can turn them into the chip lady so that she can make more chips. And they're the best flavors. Didn't that store that you gave, the lady who you gave it to, that store, didn't it run out of all of its strawberry, cherry red berries, cherry red berry, what's it called? Cherry red berry crackers, chips, because of you? Oh yeah, that's right. As we then go to the team assemblings, Naruto Uzumaki, Sasake Uchiha, Sakura Haruno. As they then go, when Kakashi meets them, they then go in the building, and Kakashi asks them, What are your goals in life? Sakura, you already know her goals. Sasuke, you already know his goals. Naruto, wait, no, you don't. Naruto then says, I pledge to be the strongest Hokage ever, and protect this village from any danger. Now, 42% of the village, 42, likes Naruto now. Because he's been doing some great things for them. I only said 42. I did not say 60. So basically, that'd be like 58% of the village still hates Naruto. But that's kind of even. No, that isn't. As Naruto says, meet me tomorrow at the training grounds. Oh, as everyone says yes, and don't eat. As Naruto then goes to his ginormous log mansion in the forest, as he then says, like Shikamaru and stuff like that, they live with him. Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba, they live with him, and yeah. Then say, so basically, where's Naruto? We don't know. And then when Naruto reaches this house is kind of on the outskirts of the village, like say 100% of the village. This is on 85% of the village. Like you'd have to walk a long way, but he just faced through the ground. So basically, they train for a couple of hours, then they say, Do you think there's anything that the Hokage needs us to do? Oh, thinking about that, Choji says, he packaged just some chips, and on the back of the package, he said that he needs Shikamaru. He said that he needs us to do a mission. A mission to find the Katsukiri family. They're a bunch of thieves and assassins from the village in the sand of termites. Oh, you're talking about that village that just signed a contract with the Leaf Village. Yeah. Whoever can stop the Katsukiri family, they're wagering their bounties are 50 mil, so when you take it into consideration, let's see, let me calculate. 50, okay, so 25. We're each gonna get 25 mil. Okay, that's a good amount of money. But then divided between the four of us, we're each going to get 6.25 mil. That's way less than the last one. The last one was 10 mil. Well, I guess we have to accept the mission. I spent 17 mil on on a lot of chip bags and foods. They're inside of my room. Do not touch them. Okay. As they can go out to their mission. Shikamaru has his kunai in his hand with a ninja headband and a cover over his face. Naruto has his guru, like his Obito mask, his guru like surrounding his body, and then he has a ninja head form. And Kiba has his dog on his head while just wearing regular ninja head form where you can see his head. And Choji just has regular ninja head form. As they didn't say, come on, 4 Knights of the Leaf Village, here we go. As that's where I'm going to be ending off this video. If you like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends on your social media platforms. YouTube. Peace.